Welcome back to Marathon Squadron. I'm Admin 1 of Any Effects, where we left off last time. We had, I think, gotten to about the end of a rather expository arc towards the beginning of the game. We definitely saw some action, but for the most part, there was a lot of explanation, a lot of touring around the home facility in the story, a lot of reading. I'm sure we'll have more of that as we go along. That's always good. We're currently on home front, and I think pretty close to clearing the level out. But I get the feeling things are about to get pretty intense, especially as we're definitely stockpiling supplies. So, make sure there's no unexplored areas here. Okay. I'm going to read this one here. Wolfgang Plesch. Interesting how the geological movement here on the foreplanet is almost entirely based on exfoliation. The rock has high amounts of toxic/radioactive elements embedded within it, although I can't put my finger on just what those elements are. To add to the confusion, the rocks that haven't exfoliated in a while grow high amounts of biological mass within them. Hold on a second, I need to check something real quick. Okay. Okay. Oops. The biological matter is actually slightly radioactive itself. I have been struggling to understand what is happening here, and my best guess is that the biological mass is growing specifically where there is the least light. As is commonly known about the home world, much of the plant life grows in dark canyons and murky bogs, brown and black foliage no less. Obviously, this is plant matter that doesn't like light. I wonder if this is like a foreshadowing of some kind of environmental hazards we'll be dealing with that are unique to this scenario. Maybe even some of the fungi or whatever will grow into monsters. It grabs all its nutrition from the growing biological toxins in the rocks. I grabbed some samples on the way back to the ship. Lucky for the assault team, the radiation levels are all quite low and should not affect anyone within their lifetime. It seems like its radiation effects are only super long-term to our living type. It has a cancerous activation within 170 years of exposure. Kind of odd half-life with this biological material. It almost doesn't decay, or something. I can't put my finger on it. Nonetheless, this environment is another great example of life on an uninhabitable surface. I'll see what I can get out of these samples later. And wouldn't it be bizarre and funny if at some point in this scenario we were exposed to this and then got cryogenically frozen for 170 years, then dealt with the effects after that? Okay, so Craig Leet. Sorry I haven't written in a while. Working in the ballistics lab here has been tough. I do like this science on the ship idea. It makes me feel like my job really is necessary on the front lines. I don't know if I specified exactly what my job was in here, but I'll say it anyway. I am the head of the ballistics and arms development aboard this ship. Our team here listens to the complaints of the men operating anything that shoots. We either modify the blueprints to keep those problems from happening, or just create new weapon mechanisms for the factories down on UESC property to mass produce. Actually, now that I think of it, my job is great. All those years of Batula Ballistics Institute really paid off. I get great pay here on board, and I do what I do best. Plus, the meals up here have to be good for the men on the front. The weapon we have been working and modifying lately is the MA75C. It's a great simple design, and despite its simple mechanism, it is quite revolutionary. It was a good step up from the older models, which used old solid-state explosive/propellant. Now the MA75C model uses caseless chemical cartridges, allowing more controlled/consistent firepower, also packing a better punch for less cost/weight. These rifles are seriously light. I was surprised the first time I picked one up. The body cladding is a special heat-resistant ceramic fiber/plastic that weighs at 1/3 less than carbon fiber, and the mechanism is practically fail-safe. There are only 18 moving parts in there. Even within that, we've managed to leave some room for the user to modify the firing preferences. The designers of this weapon are in direct contact with us on improving it. I say they don't need to. There's practically no recoil at all. As a matter of fact, the stock of the rifle has been completely removed. Well, I really need to spend my time away from work. I'll write more later, but now I think I'll go out, check out the library facilities. So we probably saw them in there. It's quite admirable the lengths that this scenario goes to explain everything. Again, it helps build anticipation, particularly for the possible function of these weapons. I've read this before yet. Okay, so I'll find my way out of here somewhere, somehow. Oh, there's any secrets in these lockers. Okay. Got everything I need to in here, I'm pretty sure of that. Just felt like doing that. This is the Waste'em Riot shotgun. Alright, let's read this expository document too. Historical research document by National Geographic. In 2862, the UESC triumphed over the Four Empire after a long and tiring last stand at the Four's main capital city. UESC troops advanced through the city streets very slowly. The remaining troops guarding the Four High Council fought tirelessly up until the end. A good portion of the remaining troops guarding the city were some of the highest-ranking military heads of the Four Empire. The Four City has a dark and musky climate, which made visibility and movement very difficult for the UESC troops, who were unaccustomed to these conditions. The front line in the city slugged back and forth for over 18 days. On day 5, 4 Prime's global defense shield went offline and UESC destroyer ships began firing cannons onto major military targets. In addition to these heavy sky attacks, the troops began using long-range cannons and mortars to pummel the enemy lines. Again, I wonder if this is a foreshadowing of what I'll deal with later. After an arduous battle through the city, UESC troops faced little resistance within the main citadel. Citadel? I actually forget how that's pronounced. Finding the corpses of numerous high-ranking Four officials in an empty chamber where the fabled High Council should have been. This is still completely unexplained. Mutiny was ruled out due to the Four's biological control glands, and mass suicide considered unlikely. The following day brought massive celebrations throughout the UESC. Triumph over an ancient alien empire was a welcome boost to human morale. However, defeat dealt a crushing blow to the collective psyche of the Four Empire. Client race rebellion threatened to tear what was left of the aged empire apart. High-ranking Four came to be locked down upon, while slaves and lower ranks came into high regard. With no experienced leaders at the helm, the once famous economic power of the Four Empire totally collapsed. Four Prime's massive mines fell silent, and no more ships were flying to or from the Four shipyards. Soon even food production ceased, plunging much of the population of Four Prime into famine. To add to the catastrophe, UESC military police occupied all major regions of the Four planet with orders to destroy anything that could become a military threat in the future. Factories, shipyards, and capital buildings were demolished, and the Four's mineshaft entrances were sealed. After a week and 2 days, the UESC Council recognized the extreme conditions forming on the Four homeworld. The Council organized an 8-day summit to develop solutions for the situation on Four Prime. The UESC agreed to try and establish the Four as a part of the intergalactic trade market, and to work to establish good relations with the Four to prevent further wars. UESC issued the MP occupational forces to help Four rebuild their economy, as well as aid them with food resources. It was very awkward work most of the time, as communication was very difficult, and prejudices served as a major barrier. Eventually, many of these problems were overcome enough to begin major construction on important buildings and financial structuring. After 3 months of working to restore the Four Prime, the UESC began to feel the financial toll of rebuilding an entire homeworld. The UESC backed out of its work on the Four planet by forcing a treaty on the temporary Four government, stating that the UESC and the Four would promise to sustain a distant peace and support each other in the case of conflict. Despite that, the temporary government was wary of taking diplomatic actions. They agreed to sign the document with much reluctance. Alright, end of the document. So I think I've gone over just about everything I need to. So how do I get out? Okay. I hope you got a chance to inspect your living quarters, because it looks like this is going to be quite permanent for you. Some of your neighbors are pretty smart. It would be good for you to go make some friends. Anyway, your first job here in the 15th Rangers is to help us hold off another wave of 4. It's clear now that they have discovered us, and as a matter of fact, the Green Zone situation is turning quite sour. I didn't think it would happen, but we are being fully encircled. When High Command hears that the 4/IFC coalition have found our super secret undercover base discovered, they'll raise a fit. I hope this is all part of the plan, because this base is relatively unsafely placed. It was built with camouflage in design, and with that cover blown, I don't imagine it will be very useful. We had to lock and seal off parts of the bunker due to the invasion forces making forced entry. Once you slow down the current wave, I want you and others to open the door seals and take back the rooms we lost. It's a tough job, but I have a feeling you can handle it. Alright. Canto 3. Strange, was just a soldier aiming at the cosmos. Here we go. Did I already hear a gunshot? I think it's just part of the teleportation sound. It's really quiet right now. Of course, there's supposed to be music in the background, but it's copyright protected. Here we go. Who's out there? Troopers. Looks like that one wandered off. Better keep an eye out here. Oh, there's one on the radar. Damn it. Alright. See how much that one can handle. There we go. One more, like get my lead masher out. There we go. Thanks for waiting, asshole. That door's locked right now. Okay, so this is kind of a... Alright. Fairly heavy resistance right now. Pretty powerful shotgun. Here comes some more. Save here. Here we go. And they're just coming down here all at once, aren't they? I wonder if their assault rifles work the exact same way that my new one does. No, they made the same sound. Okay, what's this? Bunker terminal. You arrived just in time. The situation here has suddenly reached what we hope is a peak. Moments ago, we heard some loud explosions in the bunker. It looks like the 4 are sending in some heavy backup. We're seeing 4 troopers for the first time in 8 years. And it's not a small sample populations. They're coming in by the droves. Seems like they put some holes in our wet concrete, and now they are swarming into the base like there is no tomorrow. I'm trying to contact our division general, but he told us to hold this position until we get backup. It looks like you're our only backup for now. When you finish off the main assault, I want you and the remaining men to clear out their other half of this base. Behind those double bulkheads is a huge squad of 4 milling around. Don't be too surprised at what's behind those doors. We locked them for a reason. It was simply too much to hold off at the time. To unlock those bulkheads, look around for a power switch down the hallway. I sure hope this base is really worth all the trouble. P.S. I evacuated a good majority of my men out of the bunker, so don't feel sad when you find yourself all alone. Well, there won't be anyone getting in my way, at least. So this level's called Ashron. I don't even have that many grenades. Actually, I just have one left. Keep an eye out. The corners show the little slots there. Can they even get through? I guess not. I think I'll just ignore them for now. Okay, that opens the doors. Alright. I'm actually going to go back and save before I do that. Anything else important I missed? Okay, there's access to the outside area. Oh, I can't get up. I guess that's just for some of the enemies to drop down into. Alright. There it is. The footstep noises are a little slow and sparse for how fast I'm going, in my opinion. But whatever. Okay. Here we go. Are they already piling in, or are they going to not start until I show up? Because here it is right now. There's no one here in sight just yet. Not even around that corner. Okay, on here. Here we go. It'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it, if these doors closed once I got in? Maybe like the fort had set it up so it would do that. Hacked it. Use the spit to hack it. Didn't do too well though. Might end up having to revert to a previous save game with the way I'm going. Okay. Well, this does have good enough accuracy that I can shoot from medium range and hit my target consistently enough. This might be better though. We'll try the shotgun at this range. Sounds like they're still firing from over there. Oh, they're shooting at each other, that's why. Thought it was weird that they seemed to be shooting at me from behind a barrier like that. Marathon monsters don't generally make that mistake. There we go. There we go. Damn it. How the fuck? Alright, let's try again. Where's the other one? It's going berserk back there. this corner. Here they come. Nope. They retreated. Jeez. Pretty relentless. Okay, nothing on this corner or that one. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Excellent job in those dark hallways. That was the most massive assault I have seen yet. Return to bunker terminal A. Okay. I don't know why you can't just tell me more there, but no matter. Maybe the idea, design-wise, is that there's going to be an ambush waiting for me if I come back. Seems not, though. Good work. Truly some superior fighting. The army is coming on down to take hold of the bunker, and that means the 15th Rangers Company E is relieved? Relieved? I'm assuming that means relieved of its duty in this bunker. Instead, we're being sent off into a different fray. Our division general is ordering our company to scout outside of the Green Zone region and look for those locked-down facilities that the IFC are protecting so fiercely. I'm going to send you guys into a region that houses a high probability of the IFC's building structures. Try and not draw any attention. A stealth mission. Interesting. Wonder how well that can work in Marathon. Okay. More assault rifle clips. Still no grenades yet, though. Or the nice little semi-honeycomb structure. This level's called Arrested Development. So I should walk and sneak around rather than run. What's that back there? Is it part of a structure? Looks almost like a drone-type enemy. Or maybe it's like something next to it seems humanoid, but yeah, it's like some upright being, upright bipedal being. Trouble getting up there. Yep, looks like a soldier. I don't know if that's the IFC or one of my people. I think it's the former, judging by my memory of the scenario from when I briefly previewed it in the past. Gotta keep my eye up there because, for all I know, the guy will turn on me. I also do watch where I'm stepping. Shit! There we go. Jeez. Yep. It's a machine. I hear an ambient noise next to it, so it's supposed to be like a running machine, but I don't think it does anything. If I could even destroy it, it'll probably just explode, so maybe there's no point. I'll just see about it later, if anything. So I know for sure those guys are hostile. I think they made vacuum bomb noises. So it's probably what they're based on. Hear like a light beeping noise. Sound dripping. It's really building some tension here. Is that like an alarm noise or what? Here we go. Oh, no avoiding notice now. Sure that door open. I get the feeling that's an alarm noise. Whatever. This way is more fun anyway. And they have hit scan weapons too. I don't think it's a good vantage point for me. You get a clear shot. What the fuck? Ah, shit. Oh, there's the other one. Okay, here you are, you prick. Got that one. Where's that coming from? It's like over some ledge. That's a common fault in Marathon AI. Oh, yep. Guess that one died from friendly fire. Okay. Another automatic weapon. So I'm getting more of the hang of this assault rifle. It definitely has a feel of being more accurate, but a bit more sporadic, which certainly worked against me when I was dealing with those troopers. Because you know how fast they get started on the automatic fire. And every little split second, between the spurts of fire for this assault rifle gives them a chance. So you're better off the primary fire at far distance, but not the close ones. Man, this is really a matter of quick draw, isn't it? Okay. Intrusion alarm, off-limits sector. Intruder within proximity, recall, monitor research team ASAP. Priority 1 objective, take out invading threat. Okay, yep. I figured as much. Oh, thank you. UESC override. Ah, you're good, and rather lucky. Well, at least you didn't chide me for failing to sneak. Out of the 10 rangers I set out into the region, you're the only one who found something, and you found something big. Seems like you arrived at this facility at just the right time. It's a good thing you came to this particular terminal. It seems like they left a bunch of terminal ports unlocked. I suppose you caught these people by surprise. I'm flipping through the facility's top layer instructions, but none of them say anything juicy. Things like level 2 priority and the like, but I'm sure that you hit a gold mine here. This facility is entitled as a priority 1. It's holding something important, but I don't know what. Now it's your job to dig deeper into this bunker and find out exactly what is so special that it warrants a priority 1 classification. Sorry I am making you do all this one-man grunt work, but you seem quite qualified for this job, and we don't seem to have anyone else with that kind of skill. Use whatever force is necessary. It's our job to be on the top of things around here, not the IFC's. Okay. Save pattern with the same. I guess it's just differently aligned texture, but still, this is kind of weird. It looks like he just took a close-up picture of some kind of port or outlet for something. Weird. Especially because it's, lower resolution than a lot of textures here. Okay. One up here. Okay, one I killed earlier. It's a pretty eerie sounding alarm, actually. Sounds almost subdued, almost dead. Yep. You want on this side? Nope, just that side. Pretty hard to avoid getting hit. Okay, one coming there. On either side. Damn it! Lost gravity control. At least they walk into fire and they're pretty weak, like regular bobs. I don't even think the HP these fuckers was really increased from the original bobs. Okay. I guess this will be opened remotely. Okay, so this is just giving the status of the rocket silo tube. Talking about the antimatter blast cap, ignition jacket, propellant, super coolant. Just giving some status updates, so change something. That's right, it's the door I couldn't access earlier. See if there's anything I haven't explored yet. Looks like I've explored just about everything else. So, on we go. Checking around, anyone in the nooks and crannies? Seems not. Let's see what that did. Oh boy. Geez, do I have to get out of here? I'm glad you see you're okay, but whatever you did in there sure turned up some bad stuff. All the terminal messages in this building just shifted to a message that sounds very, very unfortunate. Judging by the alert system, it appears you just launched 2 large missiles into the atmosphere. It's not all your fault. It seems like those missiles were bound to get off the ground anyway. You just launched them earlier than expected. Cancel priority list, revert to procedure. HE, deploy defense procedure. I'm sending this alert straight to our fleet commander to see what we're doing next. Well, I think you deserve some R&R. Your tough work earned you a good day's rest. He's so merciful and forgiving after all the mistakes I make. But don't get too comfy. It seems like the UESC and the IFC are on the brink of war, and I suspect he'll be thrown right back into the middle of it. I'm going to teleport you back to our flagship as soon as I can. But I'm having issues locking onto this terminal. Stand by. Actually, let's see if there's any change to the messages. Might be worth reading. Yep. Unauthorized order of the weapons launch. Stand by. Okay, mass transport activated. Although that party message makes me wonder if I'm... Yep, I figured I'd be teleported to the wrong area. Migraine, that's what it's called. What's this? Just some swirling lights? Is this like a dream level? So only the shotgun pistol work, other than the trusty old mashers anyway. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, so I have to follow the lights, I think. It's... Okay, that's strange. Wow, long time no see. Where in the world were you all this time? You had my department sick to its stomach. I don't know if you know already, but it's been 3 days since we saw you last, and 3 days is a lot of time in wartime. Don't think you're getting a homecoming celebration, soldier. The UESC Military Inspection Department wants to have a few words with you for multiple reasons. I have a pretty good estimation that the cause of this was a transportation error, mainly because I received some error logs when I tried to send you back. Boy, I hope it's not my fault for this one. Long story short, while you were gone, one missile smashed one of our ships, and the other was a dud. UESC and IFC began a pissing match and the result of some furious politicians and the death of thousands on the Emilia ship. Wait, was the missile that smashed one of the ships one of the ones I launched? UESC is still sending troops on the planet to inspect, and IFC is arming for a long defensive siege. Luckily, IFC has no need to go on the offense. The only bad thing about this is that this whole thing is making us look like people snooping into other people's business. Which you are, really. But we must do this for the safety of foreign relations. Oh yeah, by the way, some of the UESC inspectors want to investigate you and your disappearance. Hey, we never know if they have an answer to that teleport error. Oh yeah, just to warn you, nobody knows that you were the one that triggered the missiles. Keep your head low from the press. So, when you say nobody knows, does that mean just he and I know? Or does my team know? Do the inspectors know? I don't know. So, come back in a few minutes, grab some stuff from the armory, and report back here for further instructions. Okay. Mail, personal mail, UESC inspection service. You are required to meet with one of our inspection representatives within the next few days to discuss security matters. We require you a higher priority than other members on the deck due to your lack of interest in the time card these past few days. And, alright. We'll see what scrutiny awaits me. But I'm actually done for today. Need to find a save pattern. Yep, same place. Alright, next time on Marathon Squadron, we will go through R&R and beyond. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.